Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to another special episode of Say What Needs to Be Said. I'm your host, Asante, Mr. Pick Six champion. Samuel, whoa, two-time Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowler, all-pro, record-breaking cornerback, and 50 interceptions in 10 seasons. And we got another special guest tonight, Monday Night Vibes, man. How we doing out there? Make sure y'all tap in. We got two-time Super Bowl champion. Join the show tonight. BG, my big little bro, Brandon Graham. Welcome to the show tonight. Clap it up for BG. Yeah. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm feeling good, man. Happy to be on your show, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you stopping by, man. You know, we got to have that defensive love on here, man. Can't be having all type of offensive players all the time, feeling all pretty and want to look all good. We got to be aggressive and thirsty out here, man. Got to get on the grind.
Hey, you got to get down and dirty, man. It ain't none of that pretty stuff.
Yeah, man. First off, congratulations on the awesome career and being able to finish your career with one team, man. What's that like, man? How did that feel, man? How does that feel?
You know what? It made it feel good because I know it was a couple times where I wanted to make some emotional decisions where I wanted to leave because of what was going on with the Eagles, but wifey kind of talked me down a little bit and had to use some logic, but I'm happy that it paid off for me, man, and I stayed the whole 15.
Yeah, no doubt, man. A lot of people don't have the ability or the chance to do that. So that's big ups to you, man. But any opportunity or was there any chance that the Dallas Cowboys could offer anything, any amount of money, any trades for you during that 15-year period for you to be a Dallas Cowboy?
Nah, man, because I couldn't come back to Philly. I couldn't even come back to Philly, man, and feel that. But you know what? I honestly, man, you know how it goes. You chasing that money, you chasing the money in the beginning, and if they'd have got me at a sweet spot, who knows?
Yeah,
I definitely the Eagles definitely would have had to bump up their number if
yeah,
Dallas wanted me that bad. But
yeah.
it would have took some real numbers for real for me to get up out of there.
Some real serious doubles, huh? Oh man, you talking about they would have hated you? Oh man, they would have
Oh,
hated you, especially if you would have been sacking Jalen Hurts or for Nick
ooh.
Foles or somebody. It would have
Oh
been
man,
crazy.
and been crushing the dreams of like them going to playoffs or Super Bowl, whatever it was. But I'm happy it worked out the way it did, man. We got two of them things together, and they definitely, it's home now for me.
Yeah, man, no doubt, no doubt. So it's home. So I know you originally from Detroit.
Hmm.
Detroit, Michigan. And y'all bringing out a lot of talent out of Detroit, Michigan. Got Sauce Gardner, just drafted Will Howard from out of the University of Michigan. Yourself, man. What's up with Michigan, man? And Detroit producing all these talented players that, you know,
And
sleeping
we
on
just
Michigan, man. How y'all get
we
all that talent? What's going
Hey,
on?
hey, we just trying to catch up a little bit to where Florida at, man, because y'all boys down in Florida, that's what the first place everybody looking, trying to get that speed, and now, man, I'm happy that Detroit is on the map. We at least fighting back, getting some stuff going. Michigan itself too, because Michigan been reloading. They got some good recruiting going on. And I'm not gonna say everybody that's coming out of Michigan is from Detroit or Michigan, but for the most part, we getting them to come there, and you know how it is. It's cold up there, man. So for a Florida guy to come up there, they got to believe in what we doing.
Yeah, man, for real, for real. He had a few Florida cats come up there. So, man, we know how to adapt. We know how to adapt. The Florida Heat
Hmm.
is different. Oh, that Florida Heat is
Hey, it's
different,
different.
boy.
It's
No,
different for real.
it's different. But I got a question for you, man. Got a question for you. How fast have you ever drove any of your cars? If you have
Ooh.
ever driven fast, I know you
Oh
have, but
yeah,
how
I had
fast?
that. I had the Porsche Panamera when
Ooh,
I first came out. Man, that thing the fastest like 175. I ain't really
ooh.
go crazy, but 175 was where I started feeling like, oh yeah, let me slow this
Let me
thing
slow down.
down.
What I'm trying to tell everybody, man, it's like that's the thing for us athletes. You know, we have money and we have the ability to get the nice cars and things. So sometimes we try to test our vehicles and see what how far the limit we could push these vehicles to. And they trying to ride Shadua Sanders because he was going 1-on-1, which we don't condone in, but that's normal behavior for athletes. And I put that out in the tweet, and everybody's going crazy, going back and forth, and I'm trying to let them explain. all young athletes entering the NFL are basically YNs. As soon as we enter the NFL, we YNs, man. We start experiencing things and doing things, taking chances. So
Yeah.
175 miles an hour. Woo!
Hey, this the time. This the time for people to make mistakes. But I mean, that's a big mistake though if you make that one. And that's the
Yeah,
only thing. It's like you gotta. It sucked, man, because everybody at that young age, if people, everybody can have money at a young age, I mean, you will see a lot more, man, a lot of that because people people just enjoying themselves. They feel good at different times in your career or whatever it is that you got going on, or you just want some money from the casino, whatever it is. You feeling good, and then man, you just want to take off. And sometimes it just you get the bad luck of the draw.
yeah,
Sometimes with that, but I know for the most part, man, that's part of life, and people make their decisions, and that's what make us all unique. But at the same time, it's tough because those sometimes ones that you pay for going that fast. But man, luckily for me, I went 175, and that's as fast as I went. And it ain't often. It's just more about when you do have that fast car, like a TRX or something like that, you want to push it and see where you can go.
right, right, right.
Mhm.
Yeah, and like you say, man, we enter the NFL, we YNs, and we take chances. But the best thing we do is we have to learn from our mistakes or learn from the things that we do wrong, but may not get caught from. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah, for sure.
you get older, you mature, and you do things better. But
Yeah.
everybody in their young adult life are going to do some things wrong, man. That's just how it is, man. That's just how it is, you know. So
You gotta give them grace that you wanted when you was little. You know what I'm saying? Or
exactly,
younger. So,
exactly.
gotta give them that grace too. And I mean, of course, if you can learn ahead of time where you don't have to make that same mistake, then yeah, that's a great thing. But that ain't always the route for a lot of people. So you
Yeah,
gotta make sure you give them that grace, and hopefully it's nothing crazy where you hurting someone or other things like that. But you know how I go.
yeah.
Hey, man, we all out here. We all done did some stuff that we wasn't probably proud of, but happy that we got away with it. But we learn from it. Sometimes you get caught with it. I mean, it's all the same, but you just gotta own it and move on. That's the biggest thing.
Say what needs to be said, man. Hey, move on, get better. 170
Yeah.
miles an hour, man. 75 miles an hour. I went 120 miles an hour, but hey,
Ooh,
man, it's,
120.
it's
Yeah, that you know what? It depends
I
on the
do,
car you
man.
got too, because sometimes 150 you can get to 150 real fast. You could be just
Right.
floating 120 and
And not
still
even
feeling
feel it.
good.
And
Not
not
even
even
feel it.
feel it.
That's how smooth you feel.
That's what those expensive cars do, man. You be driving 120, 130, 140. You won't even
Yeah,
feel it, man. Feel
don't
like
even feel it.
you're on an airplane ride or something, you know.
For,
So shout out
for
to
real.
Shador Sanders, man. We are rooting for him. We can't wait to see him get out there on the field and do his thing. All the haters, we got to back them down, back them haters down, back off them.
Yeah, because
But
most of them haters, man, they done did the same thing, and they just ain't giving no grace to the young boys because maybe they wasn't nobody for nobody to really talk about like how they talking about Shador. So you know how I go. That's how, but
yeah,
it's all the same.
it's all the same. It's all the same. All right, like we talked about earlier, I know you were going back and forth about retirement for a couple of years now. How hard for it was you to finally make that decision to stop playing football for the Philadelphia Eagles and hang up the cleats? How hard was it?
It was hard, man. It was hard because, of course, I was playing at a level that I felt like, man, like it was. I was feeling good, but end up getting hurt. It's all those little injuries that keep popping up, And I just was like, you know what? It's telling me something, and I said it was my last year only because you know how the money, how I go. It get funny when you get a little older, and they don't want to, they don't they like look. We only got this for you, and it's like what you willing to pay. I mean, what you willing to play for, with the contracts. But
Right.
I was just thankful to have gotten this far in my career, and then to have this type of team on my last season. And I just felt like once we won it all, it solidified that this should be the last season because going out on top 15 years, it's like, look, even if you go 16, it won't be that same magical year that you had that you could have ended off of. So I took my chance, and man, now I'm just dealing with it. I'm dealing with it because right
Yeah.
now I ain't gonna lie, I'm hyped that the season is here, but it's a different type of hype. I'm hyped to watch my guys that I know, but it's like, dang, man,
Yeah.
you want to be out there, but but I'm staying strong, man. I know I made the right decision. I'm feeling better. Just even with moving out of my locker, man, like stuff like that. Those little things that you've been a part of for 15 years in that locker, and then now you come back and it's somebody else in there, and all your stuff is in the next one. And so it's all about just dealing with those things, man. And that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, like you say, man, going out on top, man, going out the right way. That's very important. I hate to see players sometimes just continue to play, and like a lot of players say, I'm going to play till the wheels fall off, and till the wheels fall
Hmm.
off. But man, some when you're going out on your terms at the right time, that's a wonderful feeling, man. So salute
Yeah.
to you for being able to do that. And you got a chance to play for with four different head coaches, and you won
Mhm.
Super Bowls with two of those head coaches.
Yep.
Which coach did you enjoy playing for the most?
If I
BG.
had to say, that's a good one. Well, you know what? I'm happy that I started with Coach Reed, especially coming in because he taught me really how to be a pro and how a coach should be when, like, you make a mistake. He was a guy that really moved on after he got on you, and then he
Mhm.
moved on. And then y'all had him when y'all was a little older. So I didn't get him as a vet. I got him as a young guy. And so I
Right.
really didn't get a chance to experience him like I did most of these other coaches. So I would have to go with first Doug because Doug was cool just like Nick, it's Doug and Nick at the same time. I mean, I learned a lot of even with old boy Chip Kelly. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. I ain't
Yeah.
had no beef. I ain't had no beef, but I just didn't like some of the stuff he was doing with others because you see how other people get treated, even though
Mhm.
you're not getting treated like that. It's more like what other guys getting treated like, and I'm like it's just messed up when you see it like that because if I wasn't nobody I probably get treated like that too, and it not saying that should matter, but you know how I go in the real world. You
Right.
watch people on how they treat other people they think they don't need. And so
Right.
but it was Coach Reed, I go Doug, and then Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, the
Yeah.
one thing about Coach Reed I can say, like you just explained, man, the one attribute that Coach Reed have is he has a strange way of not holding grudges, right? He
Hmm.
likes to move on, and that is so wonderful to have as a coach because a lot of these coaches hold grudges against a player when a player doesn't do something the way they think it should. They want it to be done or the way they taught it. There's so
Yep.
many different instances where coaches can hold grudges, and Coach Reed will let you tell you that right up front. I remember me and Deshaun Jackson got caught after curfew, and he was like, "Man, I don't hold grudges. We're gonna get this over with. We're gonna move on." And that's
Hmm.
exactly what he did, man. Shout out to Coach Reed. So Coach Reed, you say Coach Reed, Doug, and then Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, because I got to go Doug because Doug brought me my first championship in my career.
Right,
I ain't never had one where I got a ring, and I ain't never played that last game, even to lose it. So when I finally got there, it was in the Super Bowl in the league. So it was like, man, that was everything, and
right,
he made it fun.
right.
So that was the
And
biggest thing.
and Doug isn't nothing but an extension of Andy Reid. He learned from Andy
Hmm.
Reid. He was the quarterback coach from there. I remember, how we used to go at it in practice. Doug would always run up to me. We're gonna get you today, son. We're gonna get you. This. And next thing you
Yeah.
know, he popped up. He was the head coach. I'm like, what do you know, man? I had no clue, man. So I,
Uh
I,
huh.
I love those guys too, man. I love those guys.
Man, I remember them days, boy. Them days flew by, man. We had so much fun. Oh,
That was
the
the first
grind of
thing.
it was the grind of it was crazy, but for the most part, just thinking about it, like you, Vic, shoot, I mean Macklin, DJ, like just a bunch of just personalities that just man. I wish we
Yeah,
all could have got one early on
yeah,
together for real.
yeah, yeah. No doubt, no doubt. Life is life. It's all good.
It
Now,
is all good though.
Yeah,
It's all
it's
good.
all good. What was the difference in both those teams that made you all champions in your opinion? With Nick Sirianni and then Coach Doug. What was the
Uh,
difference in those teams that made y'all champions?
Well, those coaches are players coaches, people that can relate and that can stay consistent because it's all about consistency. It's like how are you when we losing? How do you when we lose a game? How are you?
Mhm.
Are you everything that we've been talking about in training camp? Now that everything is for the marbles, how are you changing up? Are you? So I felt like when you start off, it starts from the top always with the coaches and man, when we talking and having because now we have like a little leadership, well we had it with Doug too, like a leadership council where you got some of the top guys, like probably like 10 to 11 of the top guys on the team. And, you have guys that, hey, this is my message for the week. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
tell your guys, get ready. We got to go get it this on Wednesday. No, we got pads today, or coach, hey man, them boys, all it's give and take. And then
Mm-hmm.
on top of that, we building with a bunch of good guys that's building to really like rock with each other, at least while we at work. And
Mm-hmm.
man, it turned into more than that, especially as the season go. People out
Mm-hmm.
there balling, playing their game, and we handling adversity well. The way you talking to the media, because all that stuff, man. When we look back, because Nick do it too. He looked back at all those interviews after the game. All every week he will always post the interviews on how guys talking about their teammates and being great teammates, not interjecting themselves in other people's business and all that little stuff. Even though I had that thing happen this year, I owned it, moved on, and
Right.
that's what I feel is important for both
Exactly.
teams. Man, you gotta have stuff that pop up. You gotta own it, and then you gotta be able to move on and not
Yeah.
let the media keep pressing something that
Yes.
should already be done and squashed, and then after that it shouldn't be like, don't let nobody know about what's going on with y'all. Y'all gotta make sure y'all keep it tight, and that's when I know you got a good team. And so I
Right.
felt like both of those teams did a good job of keeping everything in house and making sure that we worked every day, because you definitely got to go out there and work in order for it to show up in the game.
Right. And like you say, the situation you had, the adversity, how you handle it, how you deal with it. Does everyone, let the conquer and divide thing happen in
Oh yeah,
situations like that? But no, adversity, you handled it well. I saw it as BG, he was getting into media and he didn't really understand. He just kind of jumped out there and was, just being anxious about what he said. And then he had to, figure out like,
yeah.
hey, let
How
me
we can how we can make it right. You know what I'm
how I can
saying?
make it right and not like
Yeah.
let me double down and double down on that I was right. No, let me make it right, make everybody feel comfortable, own up to what my fault of the situation is, and like he said, that was make tape championship teams. You put it all out in front. You have coaches, the coach type players, and things like that, and you build that chemistry, man. I like to
Yeah.
see it. I like to see it. When you first jumped out there, like I was like, "Whoa, BG
I
in the
know.
media! What is he saying? What is
I
going?"
know, I know. I was like, dang, man. After I said it, boy, that phone was blowing up. I was just like, dang,
I can imagine.
man.
I even wanted to reach out to you
Yeah,
behind the scenes, but I was like, "Don't do it," because I know everybody's already reaching out to you. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
It was cool though. It was cool
Yeah,
though. I owned it. Talked to the team. Talked to the
yeah,
guys, and it was just like, hey, man. My bad for that one.
yeah.
But
And
let's
everybody can respect that. Everybody is going to respect that when you can own up your mistakes, be truthful that you were wrong. Who doesn't respect that? You see what
I
I'm
know,
saying?
man.
So
And
yeah,
I lived through it, during the year, because it didn't just go back to being normal a little bit. It took a little minute, but I had to stay
yeah,
consistent with who I was, and being like, look, man, hey, I made my mistake, but we got to keep it moving. And every
yeah.
time something would come up, I would just make sure they know, hey, man, I'm still where I'm at. I'm still good. Everything
Mhm.
good this way. Let's just
Yeah,
keep it rolling. Let's
yeah,
not mess this up. That's
yeah.
my biggest thing.
Let's not
Let's
mess
not
this
mess
up.
this up.
Let's
Cause
not
man,
mess
we got an
this up.
opportunity of a lifetime, boy. Let's
Yes,
go do it.
and y'all conquered it for sure, for sure.
Mhm.
By the process of elimination, we already know this answer, but which coach was the least enjoyable to play for? And I assume that's going to be Chip Kelly already. I didn't get
Yeah,
to play for Chip Kelly or Nick Sirianni, but tell me how you feel about Chip Kelly and why it was least enjoyable. Like you say, you don't have beef, but
yeah.
tell me who was the least
I
enjoyable and
I
why.
think it was just because, I mean, man, of course he's a college level coach, and he brought a lot of that college stuff here. I mean, I'm all about learning my body, all the sports science and all that stuff, but it's just like, stuff should be not mandatory. It's a funny, how I go, oh, you should be here, but it's not mandatory for you to be here. But it's like,
Mhm.
come on, like, no, like that gray area, man. And so I think for him, he just wasn't as good of a player's coach. It was more about, this is what I do, this is my
Mhm.
show, and you're gonna have to you're gonna have to bow down to it. And
Yeah,
in the league it's different. It's so
yeah,
different. And even now
Right.
in college now it's even different because they're getting paid now. So
Right.
you got to kind of give and take with your guys. And I
Right.
just think that he didn't know how to. He
Hmm.
didn't know how to check that ego at the door was with a lot of the guys too, because I mean, it's certain you can't coach everybody the same. You can't talk, with everybody the same, man. And like the way he did D-Jack and then the way he did McCoy, it was just like all that, man. And I was trying to win, man. At that time in my career, I'm
Right.
like, we trying to win. What we doing? But
Right.
I felt like when that was a tough one, but it
Yeah.
taught me some things in there too. There's some good stuff in there too because I played special teams and he really had me. Even though I didn't play special teams since with Coach Reed, when he came, he made me play all four, and it kind of made me love the game even more because it was like, all right, you're gonna try to put me out there, you're gonna try to make me, go do something I ain't never did, but you know what? I don't care. It don't matter. It's ball, and it turned into something way better than I even thought it would be when I took it serious. And man, I ended up. I feel like I prolonged my career a little longer, even doing that. Letting Howie and them know that it wasn't just about just the defense and stuff. I just want to go out there and play ball, and
Yeah.
and so that's what ended up happening. But
Yeah.
yeah, Chip
True.
just should have shit. He had a good little thing going, man. He had all the power, but he just
Yeah.
didn't. He just
Yeah.
wasn't trying to get rid of, like, give some of his power away to some of the
Yeah.
players, and you know how that go.
Yeah, I like you said, like we talked about with you in the media and things like that. I think it was a new experience for Chip Kelly, and sometimes people don't handle those new situations the correct way, and they think they're supposed to do it my way or the highway instead of adapting to the adversity and making changes and adjusting on the fly. And that's what I see happening, man. It was like you say, he had too much power too early, and he didn't know how to deal with it. Couldn't check that ego at the door. And like you said, it was so unfortunate, man. Had so much talent on that team. And
Man,
besides his personality and his attitude, I think Chip Kelly, he puts a good system together and he knows how to
yeah,
coach. But you got to know
yeah.
how to lead grown men at the end of the day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
At this level, I mean, because it's like, look, we all getting paid. Some of them getting paid more than you, but
Right.
it's like, and then even it's just give and take. You got to have give and take in the league, and I just think that's why he was my least favorite because he
Yeah.
didn't give, he didn't care about none of that.
Right. It was his way or the highway, basically.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Trading the best players. That's crazy.
Ooh, man, best players, and I know it's a business, but dog, like
He
most of
was
the
making a
time,
statement with that, man. It
he
was like,
just it's
I'm
just
going to show
like.
y'all.
Yes, like you think you got the power. No, I got the power. And so
I got
that's
the power.
that's really what it was.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So now that you hung up the cleats, you're done after 15 years. 15 years, you grinded it out. You're an Eagles legend, Philadelphia legend, Michigan legend. Now, who takes on your role as a leader on the team, being that you was the older guy on the team, and now you're finally done? Who takes on your leadership role now? Who takes over?
Well, I think of course it's gonna be, Jalen on the offense. I mean, you got Lane who's been there the same amount or well now going on 15 years, I think, or 14. But either way, Lane, I see on defense, you got Zach Bond who gonna step up. I mean, Reed with the safeties, Reed Blankenship, and then you got Nolan. I think Nolan's gonna be a big one this year on top of
Hmm.
Jalix. I like Jalix, man. Young Jalix. I feel like he's stepping into that role, and we gonna see. I want Uche to kind of resurrect his career because over with the Patriots he was doing good, and
Yeah,
then something happened. I know how that could be. It's something behind closed doors that happened. That probably made him look bad, and they didn't play him as much no more. But I hope that we get that Uche over here with the Eagles this year, and I think he'll step up in a big way.
yeah. And that defensive line for the Eagles been crazy and for a while, and y'all been dominant for the past 3-4 years or however long. Starting
Mhm.
with Jalen Carter,
Oh
the,
yeah,
the
and
young
hey,
pup.
I'm not
Yeah,
even, and I know he's just young right now, and he gonna go out there and beat him anyway. But
yeah,
like right now, I hope that he's go get to that leadership, like where he's a captain. Because right now, I mean, he's just young and he having
yeah,
fun out there,
yeah,
but he ain't trying to. he don't want
He
all
don't
that
want that
attention.
leadership role.
He don't
Yeah.
want that attention. He don't
Attention.
want
Yeah.
like to be able to talk to the media every day and all that, boy, man.
Nah, yeah. That was
Nah, he don't
big.
want the
He seen
not
he
yet,
seen
not
that.
yet anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he, and he seemed, man, like you say, Jalen Carter, man, he seems like he's super naturally strong and super
Mhm.
athletic. You know, man, how good can he actually be? Like, do you think he has a chance to be one of the best ever defensive
I
tackles
think
to
he,
play
I
in the
really
league?
do think so. I really do think so. I really feel like for him, the sky's the limit on him. Like it's
Yeah,
all about how you putting your work in during the off season, how
yeah,
you making sure you keeping your weight down, so that you don't your injury keep your wrist down the injury,
right.
because all that stuff matter. Your health, just even afterwards, them habits that you got. I mean, I think if he just take it serious like he doing right now,
Mhm.
man, you got to make sure you're doing it during the season too. That's the biggest
Yeah,
thing. Making sure
yeah.
that not just off season. Make sure when the season come, when it get hard, and you probably done lost the game or didn't have a good game. It's like,
Mhm.
man, you got to make sure you stay consistent with. Hey, I'm gonna go work out. Make sure I'm gonna get this work in when I
Yeah,
do have to go work out, and when I'm on the field, make sure you know what you're doing. All that stuff.
yeah, yeah.
And I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be in real good shape. He'll be out here, the face of the league for real. Especially at his position.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man, like I say, man, like with the Shador situation, I said we all YNs entering the NFL, man. We need time to mature. We're gonna mature. We're gonna get better, but we're gonna make some mistakes too. And we're gonna have to learn how to be a professional. That's what it's about. So give us
Hmm.
a chance, being YNs for a little while. So
Oh yeah,
hey,
for
what
real.
needs to happen, man? What needs to happen for the Eagles to win back-to-back Super Bowls, in your opinion, man? What needs to happen again this year? Does the same thing need to happen? Because y'all started off not so hot last season, and it wasn't looking so good. But us Eagles fans and us Eagles, that's in our got the blood in our veins. We knew what was
Hmm.
going to happen. So what needs to happen this season?
Well, this season they just need to have a new identity for themselves. Even though we got the same similar guys that played together and all that, but you know how it is. You get a new squad come in, you got new rookies coming in. One thing I will say you ain't got to change is the work ethic that we had this year because a lot of
Yeah.
the guys still there. Just keep that work ethic, but you got to come up with your own slogan for the year. Then that
Hmm.
kind of happened naturally with
Hmm.
however y'all start, when y'all start grinding together, what y'all doing now during the off season. So I think
Right.
Nick, it starts with Nick though. It really do start with Nick. And I like what he said. He talked about, success is great. It's like perfume. You smell it, it smells
Yeah.
great, but you don't drink it because it's
You don't
poison.
drink it.
And don't
Right.
drink it. Hey, just don't
Yeah.
drink all of what you done before. It's what we doing now and how we getting these guys up to speed on on the consistency of what we do here
Yeah.
at the Philadelphia Eagle. And then, of course, the D line got to play good. I know the O line is going to be good, but with us losing a lot of guys, it's a lot of question marks on that D line, other than Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis and them guys, even Nolan himself. But it's other guys that got to step it up and make a name for themselves in this opportunity right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Because we do got a lot of good stuff going on. We got to stay healthy because you see how them Lions did last year, and I feel like they was a team that could have probably gave us a good run. They was full strength, but that's part of the game, and
Yeah.
so that's what
Yeah.
we got to do. We got to stay healthy. We got to stay focused, and man, just try to be as consistent as you can to make sure that you ain't just up and down with how I go. Like as a captain, sometimes man, you got to keep on reminding guys what the goal is. This year we
Right.
really ain't had to do that too many times. It was just
Yeah.
more about just making sure you paying attention to them details that can get you beat. And I
Right.
felt like we did a good job of that.
Yeah. Like you say, man, that's most important, man. Staying
Mhm.
healthy. You can have a great team in the beginning of the season, but these 17 game seasons about to be 18 game seasons. They're long and it's hard to stay healthy. So you got to have a lot of depth, and be
Yeah.
prepared, man. Be prepared. It's about how you train your body, how you train your body. So let's
Hmm.
see if the Eagles could repeat, man. We rooting for the Eagles, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard. It's never easy. It's a new season every season in NFL. And just because you won last season or you did pretty good the season before doesn't necessarily mean you're going to do good this season. So got to
Hmm.
work hard, like you said, and get back to work.
You
But
seen Tampa Bay? Tampa Bay tried it, and it didn't go as sweet as they wanted it to go. You know
yeah,
what I'm
all right.
saying? But I'm hoping for the Eagles. It just pick up where it left off, and hopefully, it get people crying about. Oh man, they got a super team. Oh, they got the tush push. All that little crybaby
The
stuff.
tush push. Oh
Yeah,
Lord, this that. Right, right.
yeah.
But what team or player that you were about to play, and you knew it was time to eat. You knew you was going to get some sacks, some pressures, and you knew this team couldn't stop you whether they put the left tackle on the right side, the right tackle on the left side. What team or player did you have that
You know
time
what?
with?
It was like whenever Andy Dalton sent the Cincinnati,
Cincinnati
Cincinnati.
Bengals.
It was Cincinnati for a while. I
Not
used to
Ocho
love playing
Cinco
them.
team, not the Ocho Cinco
I
for a
know.
while.
Hey, well, he know they ain't go nowhere when he was there for real. Like
Yeah,
he was just balling. Him and Carson
yeah.
Palmer.
Yeah,
It's
it's like
crazy.
they don't like to invest in their offensive line and or their defense. It's like they invest in the
Mhm.
skilled players and the flashy players, but they don't build the core nucleus of that team for some
No.
reason, man. And it's funny that you said the Cincinnati Bengals, man.
Yeah. And man,
Yeah,
even now, like I would love to play Burrow. Like, boy,
yeah,
that boy gets sacked more than anybody. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But it's
yeah.
just I think they starting to figure it out. But that was
Mhm.
my team. That was my team that I would
That was
be
your
like,
go-to
yeah,
team. Get
yeah,
back
we
on
about to
track. That should get back on track to
about
you.
to get some TFLs and some sacks for real.
I know that. I know that's right. So speaking of you getting off on players and stuff, you 6'2". You know, typical defense ends are 6'3" or 6'4" better, right? With long
Mhm.
wing spins. Being that you wasn't typical NFL size, what made you so good, man? Because like I said, you look at this picture, y'all check this out. Check this out, BG.
I
Who
know.
is that right there? Who is that right there? That's a
Hey,
linebacker, boy.
hey,
That's a bona
linebacker
fide
boy.
linebacker.
You ain't lying. I played middle linebacker, man. Ray Lewis was my guy that I
Yeah,
always just watched and was just hyped to be like, man. And I mean, I was that for a while, and then I got to college, and then I got bigger, and they
yeah.
moved me to defensive end. Great decision. But I felt like I
Mhm.
could have did both. But either way, I was happy to move, and even though I wasn't typical size. It was
Mhm.
more about man keying that ball, your get off having guys in front of me that helped me with all the different techniques and
Yeah.
talking and you already explosive and all that little stuff but I was with guys that helped me with coaches that helped me be able to fine tune my technique and make sure
Mhm.
that that I was well using my leverage and because I was shorter of the guys and then shorter of the O linemen so I tried to make
Mhm.
sure that was one thing my leverage my get off and then of course my power, making sure I'm taking the weight room serious when I'm in there every day, and
Yeah.
man, putting it together. Instincts kind of kick in after that.
Yeah, because it was weird, man. Because when they drafted you, first drafted you, I didn't know about you coming out of college, things like that. So I'm like, you don't look like the typical defensive end that's going to get a bunch of pressures or sacks or things like that. And then
Mhm.
you started starting and playing and things like that. And then it's like every time I look up, it's like BG would be getting a sack or a crucial sack, some type of pressure or something like that, out of nowhere. And then I would wonder how he would do it because I was, looking at his size and things like that. It was like, where is his technique or talent coming from? And man, when I watched him on the field, it was just like, what I seen mostly it was like he had so much power coming from his lower body and then the
Mhm.
technique. But it was just like that's how you have to do. You have to when you don't have the typical size and things like that, you got to figure out techniques and different ways to skin the
Mhm.
cat. You know what I mean? And
For real.
BG, man, he was crazy out there with that little body, man. That little body and that technique, man. But a linebacker, y'all see, he was a linebacker. Do you
Yeah.
think he could have played linebacker in the NFL?
Oh yeah, I felt like I could have, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wanted to go back, but I don't think I would have been able to get my weight down as like I needed
Man,
to
hard.
unless I really had a whole off season of just working, doing linebacker stuff and doing the drills and off season workouts, OTA stuff with the coaches. But because I felt like I could retain the information, it was just more about like, no, I love getting the sacks and the pay is different
It's paid
as
way
a yeah,
different,
that
boy,
pay
for
way
the
different. So I wasn't
defense.
trying to I wasn't really trying to get go out there and be a linebacker. I was like, man, I was cool at the end at that point.
Yeah. So what was your 40 time coming out of college?
4.6.
4'6". Oh yeah, man. He could have put
That's
you at middle linebacker. I can imagine you coming down here at middle linebacker. There's nobody running the ball. The
hey,
center's going to be scared to come out and block you. Not the tackles, the guards going to be
man,
horrified to come out and have to try to block you,
because
man.
I
Coming
was
straight
coming down.
downhill,
Oh, if I was coming downhill for real, oh man. I mean,
man.
but I'm happy because I made it work at the end. But boy, you ain't lying. Give me a little running start.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
imagine you'd be a Jeremiah Trotter times 2 with a little bit more speed, you know.
Because that's what if Charter had a little more speed, boy. Ooh wee.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
you
He'd
could
have
come
been
down
even
here.
more everywhere.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. So man, drop a little education for these guys out here because I don't think men like to be married and things like that. And we're both married men, and
Mm-hmm.
we believe in marriage, and
Yep.
marriage has treated us right.
Yes,
I
it
think you've
has.
been married for what, 11 years, 11 plus years or something,
Yep. 11.
right? I don't want to
Yep.
get you in trouble. Don't remember the date.
No,
Sorry,
no, no.
sorry,
I know
sorry.
the date, man. I'm good. Shoot, 11 years in.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
still, it's still. We out the honeymoon stage, but it's still good.
It's still good. So I want to promote and make sure us men and everybody out there understand a good woman brings the best out of a man. Not just any woman. Now you got to make sure you find the right one and a good woman. What you got to say about what you think about that? A man that played
Man.
15 years in the NFL.
hmm Man, you know what? My biggest thing is because I got a great wife, and it's like it's just you making sure that you ain't being selfish. You making sure that fighting those things in private that we go through as men. Because being honest, it's like it's a lot of stuff out here, a lot of temptation. You got a lot of money. We both out here good looking, and we
Mm-hmm.
got a swagger about ourselves. But I know that's the only reason why I'm able to be where I am today, because I do got somebody that took off a lot of stuff that mentally that she put on her plate that I ain't
Yeah,
got to put on my plate as much no more. So I
yeah,
always try to, especially now, we are responsible for them. Every decision we make, we got to think about them. We got to think about our family, all that
100%.
stuff, man. And really, it comes down to communication. At the end of the day, it's like, man, we always, as we going through life, things gonna change. Stuff you like way back then, you got to make sure that you dating in order for y'all to have those conversations, having
Right.
those night outs, and talking
Mhm.
about, well, you know what, I don't like how you do this now. Like, I don't know what you on like now, but I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, you know what, baby, you right. Like,
right,
maybe somebody rubbing off on me on some stuff. I'll stop that then. Okay, I
right,
got you.
right.
But you just got to
And
be able to
you know what,
communicate.
not to cut you off, but basically all that you're saying in so many words is not that y'all are only in a romantic relationship. Y'all have a friendship, and that's what I like to
Yeah.
explain to people too. Is before you enter into a deep relationship, you need to be friends first, because the friendship
Yes.
will last longer than the actual relationship. And like you explaining with the same situation, my wife take a lot of the drama and things on her back, and she helps me. She understands when I'm stressed out, emotional, and
hmm
going through it, and she jumps right in, and
Yeah.
it helps make life better.
It do, man. You ain't got to do it by yourself. And I know for us as men, we can typically want to do that by ourselves because maybe you don't think nobody understands, or maybe they not it's not as a safe place as you need it to be. But I feel like, man, if you don't try or put yourself out there to really see if it's a safe space, then you won't never know. So
Right.
I had to check myself because I didn't grow up knowing how to do all, like, just it
Exactly.
was all about just me. Hey, it'll be all right. I'm gonna figure it out. And it's
Mhm.
like, man, nah, because you're gonna walk around mad trying to figure it out. And all you had to do was go talk to wifey, and wifey give you some things to think about, and then you
Right.
still make your own decision. But
Right. There you
but
go.
uh, but I had to grow though. That's what.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the we was them young boys first. You know what I'm saying?
The
And then I had
YNs
to
first. You
grow.
gotta grow.
Gotta grow.
Hey, and that's the other key part of finding that good woman, man. It's like
Yep.
everything ain't gonna be perfect in the end, but a good
hmm
wife will understand, and she'll see the better side of you, and she's gonna ride it out with you, and see the bigger side of life. And boom,
Yep.
10 years later, you're married and beautiful kids and doing good because we decided to ride it out together and not quit on each other because
Mhm.
things wasn't working out so good, or somebody made a mistake because we YNs, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's why I say, like, you got somebody that's gonna ride with you, because it's gonna be ups and downs, and then stuff don't never stay the same. Even the good times don't never stay the same. As much as you want it to last long, it's like, it's temporary. But
Yeah.
as long as y'all continue to keep growing together and not separating, from each other, and
Mhm.
doing it together like this, it's like,
Mhm.
man, it's gonna be good, because you gotta have patience for her just like she got patience for you.
Yeah, and the key word you said, and I think that's a problem with us men and a lot of men around the world, is communication. We are the
Mhm.
leaders in the relationship. Not necessarily mean that that is control and you're telling everybody what to do. That's not what a good leader does. You know what I mean? A
Mhm.
good leader figure out the overall solution. Whoever figures it out, and they make the decision based on the best decision. But
Yep.
communicating, and men, you can't just keep everything to yourself and think that you could walk around and be quiet and hold grudges from the outside or at work. And it's like he said, he would talk to his wife, put it on her plate, and then she would give him different ways and different ideas of how to look at the situation. And that's what I think
Mhm.
is really about, because you're mad, we're emotional, we're going through something. We only know what we know. So we're mad at and thinking about it how we see it and how we perceive everything. But if you put it in somebody else's place and let them give you a different perspective of how they see it, it may register different with you. And now we can move on and do better because I see things different now. So that's some good game for him, BG, good
Nah,
game right there, you know?
I'm with you, man. It's like, if that's your helpmate, man, make sure you using your helpmate mentally too, because you can't do it by yourself. And the new perspective is other perspective, especially when she loves you, like somebody that
Yes.
just that's man. You
Right.
can't have it no better. But you got to
Yeah.
use your tools when you have them, or I mean, you would never know for real.
Right. And on the other thing is like yes, we all want to be attracted to each other, but you don't be with each other or married because of looks. The looks going to fade away. That's
Mhm.
when that friendship has to come in, and that you enjoying each other company and want to be around each other. Once you establish that, man, I mean, the sky's the limit in that relationship and
Mhm.
life for that couple. You know what I mean? Establish that friendship,
Yeah,
man.
man, you just be sad. You just be sad because one day one of us gonna go first, like one of us. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
reality.
that's reality.
Yeah.
And that's when you got something good, when you like, man. I want this to last forever,
Hmm.
and it's just because they want to grow with you.
Right.
They going the same way you going. So
Right.
it's been a joy for me, man. I know that people out here definitely don't like hearing, when people in good stuff, but you gotta make
Mhm.
sure that you protect your family, man. And that's why
For
we
sure.
don't have everybody around our kids. We don't have a lot of people in our space, because you got to
Yeah,
protect the house, man. And
yeah.
as you know,
Not letting
everybody ain't
just
happy.
strangers put things in your kids' ears like, I see somebody whispering to my kid, man, I run up that way. What's going on here? I mean, you don't talk to my kids without talking to me. Like, what's wrong? Like,
Yeah.
these are true
What you got
stories,
going
man.
on?
It's
What you
true
got going
stories,
on?
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So that's all good. How many different countries did you get to play ball in? I know you just played in Brazil,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. Just two. It
Just
was just it was where we go. We went to London, then I went to Brazil. That was the
London
only two.
and Brazil, two long flights is the
Woo.
thing that I would dread the most. So that's what I got to ask you about. And this is going to be the last thing when we get up out of here. But I want to know, tell me about those flights, man. How long did it take to get to Brazil and how long did it take to get to London?
Hey,
And
well,
what did you do?
let me tell you that first one, man. The plane, man. We all so everybody be fighting over first class. How Coach Reed was. Coach Reed ain't let he put us in the back, and then Doug did the same thing. If I had to go favorite coach to play for with that, if that had to go, Chip Kelly goes number one, because
Oh,
he
yeah.
was like
Say,
man,
say it
he
loud and
came
proud
in.
so hopefully Chip Kelly get it. Why is Chip
Hey,
Kelly the number one coach in your eyes?
because he put us in first class without even us having. He like, look, we don't play the game. Them guys play. Put them in first. Like, we sit in the back, and they was in the back, and we was in the front, and it was just like. it was just a different mindset. But you know, that was like pulling teeth, boy, with Doug.
Coach,
Shoot, Coach Sirianni got it figured out a little bit because
yeah.
the long flights we'll be in first class and all that stuff. But
I gotta mess
Brazil,
with D Jack and Shady. D
yeah,
Jack and Shady, y'all never once said this about Chip Kelly. Y'all
yeah,
had nothing but bad things to say about Chip Kelly.
yeah,
Chip
yeah.
Kelly let y'all sit in first class. Y'all
He
cut that
did.
out.
He did. Hey, but you know what? He treated them a little something different. You know,
Yeah, man,
the
that's
way they
for
sent
real.
them out. But he did have that right. He had that part right, and I got to give it to him on that one.
Yeah, yeah. How long was the flight? How long was the flight?
So yeah, the flight. So the flight to Brazil was 6 hours.
Oh, okay, that
Then
wasn't bad.
yeah, it wasn't bad, but I think when you get there, it might have been 6 hours. It was 6 hours,
Where did
and
y'all
I
fly from? LA or something? What you
we
mean?
flew from Philly. We flew from Philly,
Oh,
and man, it was cool. It was just like it was one of those things where it was 6 hours ahead, I think. But London, I'm gonna go to London first.
all right.
London was about the same amount of time, but when you got there, you was plus 6 hours ahead. So we got there
Oh,
early morning and we left late night.
mhm.
For us, and then when we got there, we had to go to practice. So can you
What?
imagine, dog? When we get off there, they day is starting, and we is tired from traveling, and we had to go straight to the field, do our little warm up to get our body loose or whatever, and
Mhm.
then we had to go put our clothes on, put our stuff on, and then had to go to practice. Boy, you talking about tired? I don't even know why they even. I don't even know why they even did that the way they did it, but I mean that's how
Yeah.
we did it when we came in there, man. And when I tell you, we wasn't no good for them meetings, man. Afterwards, boy, we
They probably like, man, let's get these athletes blood flowing or something, man. They been
yeah,
on
my
this
coach was
thing.
like, "Look, y'all, we got like 40 minutes in here. Y'all just go lay down, cause I'm tired too." And we all
Yeah.
just slept on the floor. And we got the chairs in the room, but I'm on the floor, just laid
Mhm.
out, gone.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
But yeah,
So,
it was a good time though. Once your body caught up, because we
yeah.
won both games when I went out there, and that's the whole point of going out there, is, getting the win, and we got the win, and that's what made it better.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. So a lot of people be curious about life after football and what we do, and it's a struggle. I like to tell a lot of people, man, it's not easy finding your identity. We played football our whole life, used to a certain schedule, certain regimen that we had to abide by, and things like that. And now we're out here on our own and have to find our own way. So
Yep.
BG, he retired the Eagle. The Eagles will be behind him. He has a lot of support. What we have to look forward to coming from BG in the future?
Well, man, I'm gonna be in this space, the media space, creating that schedule, trying to be more flexible with my schedule, other than just being all in one. Because with the teams, you most of the time that's your life.
Right,
You with the
right.
team, and so even during the off season, you got to stay training and staying all and doing all that, and you away from your family a little bit more, especially during the season. But I know for me, I want to be flexible in this new part of my life.
Yeah, yeah.
Thankful, that you do right with what's given to you, but you still got to find that identity. And right now, that's what I'm doing, interviewing for different people, different things going on. I mean, man,
Mhm.
I even got a beverage now called Crooked Tea that I'm
Oh
working with,
man,
and so
support that.
that's yeah.
Promote that.
Yeah, so I got Crooked T. My guy Ben Weiss, he was the owner of Buy, and he sold his company, and my name got brought up, and he wanted to start something new, and we both, man, had ideal things that we both wanted to do together, and man, it was cool. And now we got a zero. I'm sorry, we have a organic alcoholic beverage, zero sugar, zero carbs, gluten free. We're
Mhm.
trying to take sugar off the street because I'm on my health and wellness now, man. And
Got to
this
be, boy.
oh man, especially now because I'm done. And man,
It
I gotta make sure that I'm
does.
eating right,
Mhm.
and keeping the sugar at a minimum. And so this is why we started this together. I'm a
What's the
partner with
name of the
him.
drink?
It's
Cricket
called
tea?
Crooked Tea. Crooked
Cricket
Tea,
tea.
and you can get it in lemon. raspberry or peach right now, and man, it's pretty good. And I don't feel bad when I'm feeling real good, and I know I done drunk about 3 or 4 of them, and
Hmm.
I know I don't have to worry about that sugar rush that's gonna hit me.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Good luck to you and all your endeavors after football. I know you will be successful. And yeah, so I think I had one last question. Forgot. But yeah, all good, all good. So BG, two-time Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia Eagle, 15 years, came to the show, said what needs to be said. We appreciate him coming through, and we're gonna send y'all out. Let me let you see one of the comments real quick. Crooked T, he on it. They said they own it. You can see that, BG?
Let's go, let's go. Hey,
Yeah.
I appreciate that love, Philly, and
Yes, so
wherever else you from.
yeah,
But we all up the coast right now.
yeah, yeah.
We in
So
like 50 something
when y'all get
stores.
some, when y'all get you a drink or stop by and pick you up one of those was it the first alcoholic beverage, no sugar and stuff like that. Make sure y'all tag BG, let them know we sent them there and we support because that's what we do around here. We
Yep,
love is love, you know. BG
you
a
got to show that
good guy.
support, baby.
Yeah, always been a good dude. Like I say, he got that. It's my little big bro right there. He always walked in. He never changed. You see how he is right there? The same way he looked. That's the same way he came into the NFL, just like that. You know what I mean?
Man, it's crazy
So
how fast that time flew.
it's
For
time
real.
fast. Time flies, man. So salute to the
Mhm.
chat. We'll see y'all next time. Maybe we'll see BG during the season, talk about some Eagles and some defensive line and Jalen Carter and stuff like that. So we'll see y'all.